Yeah.
All right. Well,
There it is.
we're going in a new format, in a new way, with a new podcast.
New friend of the show, long time supporter, one of day ones, I guess we could say. The man, the myth, the legend, Mitchell Bosse. Welcome onto the show.
Thank you, gentlemen. Hold the applause for the end.
Oh, they will. Trust, they will.
It's not like I've been fucking supporting your fucking podcast since day one.
Yeah. I mean, you've been there. You were there at the start. It's about time we got you on the show, I guess.
I am glad to be here. We'll have a good time.
Is this our first guest? Yes.
This is our first guest.
Oh,
Fan
look at
interaction. Look at that. So big ups to the boys for that one. There we go.
Proud of y'all.
All right. Well,
Big
I
moves.
guess first we can go to Bryce himself. Ask him what he remembers from yesterday.
Shotgunning a beer before we walked to the city. That's pretty much it.
That's about it, huh?
Then I guess getting kicked in my knee.
Oh yeah.
With feet of
That happened. I do remember that.
You probably see that footage on Fan Reacts.
Dude, I was at work and I was like walking because I deliver packages, right? So I was walking and I'm like, damn, my knee hurts.
Which knee? Which knee?
This is my left.
No, I kicked your right one.
Well, I don't know. They both.
Yeah, you probably connected with them both, honestly. Well, you know who did connect? Cara and Andres.
Yeah.
Yo, Perea connected on a different level.
Yeah, that was a banger, certified banger for sure. That 30 yards outside the box, took the touch one time, and I think we all screamed at him to take it, but none of us actually expected him to take it.
No.
Not mad at all.
Oh, you see what happens when you actually shoot outside of the box.
When you're given the opportunity and you take it, it's crazy, right?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's-
Got the gag over there.
No, I was yawning. I didn't want to yawn on damn.
Well, I mean, gagging. Speaking of gagging, look at the Speds kit that this guy's got on.
Little name Wolves kid.
How you feeling that today after De Bruyne masterclass?
I was wearing this shirt for the game, and honestly, I thought to myself, am I really gonna waste my time watching this game? And I said yes, because through thick and thin, I'll watch the games. And there was about a 3-minute period after, I think it was Dendoncker scored that beautiful counter goal, where I was like, we could play for a tie here. And then,
City did city things.
that was terrifying.
I think what was even more terrifying was De Bruyne doing the Erling Haaland celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just
and the realization that this is what we're going to have to deal with for the next 5 years.
scoring 4, and then now you have to worry about Erling Haaland coming in and doing the same thing on top of that. But that's kind of besides the point. You're wearing an ugly kit. Cannata's also wearing an ugly kit.
It's not a bad looking kid.
No, it's just
Hey, next time I'll wear my blue and white one. The
Yeah,
Hawaiian shirt reject.
Yeah, the sundress. Hey, look at this guy.
Oh, is it Chiefy?
Yeah, Chiefy. Hop up. There he is.
Hey.
Nice
Say
shot
what's
of
up to everybody. Say what's up to everybody.
I got Axel running around here somewhere too.
Yeah, so sorry, just to comment on my kid, it's a little preview for the North London Derby tomorrow. Huge game.
Man.
I think that's something that we all can get behind. Fuck Spurs.
And you guys.
Fuck Arsenal.
Yeah.
Well, mostly fuck Spurs, but you guys are a close second behind them. So.
Yep. We need a draw from both of you. That would be very nice.
We'll see. But back to the matters at hand, I guess.
Yeah.
The 2-1 victory over the Union. That was a bounce back win we needed, and I think it was you, Zach, that said it to me after the game, where you said that really shows how important Robin Janssen is to our team. And I was like, I can agree with that 100%. Honestly, I think especially in the situation we're in right now, it's very evident. We had Antonio Carlos in there. I think we would be able to manage like we're managing with Robin in there, but having both of them out just shows that Schlegel and Thomas Williams, no matter how much respect we have for both of them, the combo does not work right now.
Yeah, you need someone with that leadership role in there and just the experience. Schlegel is 25, but he doesn't have that experience and/or like leadership quality as of right now. So for him to be paired with a 17-year-old Thomas Williams, not really the best interest for our defense. So getting one of our I say one of our better center backs, but both of our starting center backs are some of the highest quality MLS. Getting one of them back was very nice.
That's huge. It's like you said, that leadership quality, and it's like Gavin said after the watch party, that typically when you play four at the back, you have one that steps, one that sweeps. Schlegel has always been that guy that steps, and Thomas was expected to be the guy that come behind and sweep. And expecting a 17-year-old to do that is not necessarily probably in our best interests. And asking Schlegel to do that is not in his play style per se. So, it just was not a good pairing for us, but we had to do what we had to do. And seeing Janssen come back in the team, especially on his 100th, two big accomplishments yesterday. Robin with his 100th, and Mason getting engaged after the game. Big ups to the lad. Money Mace.
Yeah.
Huge game.
Mace 2.0.
You're just lucky I'm even saying that. So, but yeah, Money Mace 2.0 has himself a stellar game and bags himself his lady after.
Yeah, so. I'm sure there was no complaints from him. We were outside setting up fan reacts, but I've seen a bunch on Twitter that he made like a game-winning save. I don't know.
It was on the last play.
So,
yeah, last play of the game. I saw the replay.
Yeah, I can speak to that. Like it was a set piece. I can't remember if it was a free kick or a corner, but ball was head down into the ground, kind of in that awkward place for a goalkeeper, and he did a really good job of just smothering it, getting on top of it, and seconds later the ref blew the whistle. So,
well, there you go. Big ups to the lad. He's come in and played that backup role really well. I was unfortunately only able to catch 20, 25 minutes of the match. He really didn't catch any of the match. And Cannata had to leave with me early to set up fan react. So you were truly the only one that was able to sit there and watch the full 90 minutes of the match. Do you want to give us your 90-minute breakdown throughout the match?
I'll even give a slight nod to something that happened right before the match. I think Robin Janssen has a Twitter account that he follows some stuff and he sees some stuff. He at least sees some stuff because right before the game, the Philadelphia Union tweeted out a picture of Robin and said, "Mom, can we get Jacob Glesnes, whoever the fuck that is?" And Mom goes, "No, we have Jacob Glesnes at home," and Robin Janssen is supposedly the Jacob Glesnes at home. I believe Jacob Glesnes is the one that would have gotten the assist for that Andres Perea goal. So Union, you can fuck right off. Robin definitely was the best center back out there. I would say even so going into the match, first probably 30 minutes, it was a game in the midfield. Like it didn't really look like it. It looked like Orlando was getting the better of it, but at the same time, no, don't do this to me. Yeah, there we go. Look, hey, I we're figuring this out. I'm learning with you guys. it looked like we were getting the better of that run of play, and then but we weren't really creating too many chances. Like there was an off chance every now and then, but the big part was that because of our defense, they really didn't have anything that scared us in the first half. Really, we came out. We came out of the half, and we looked a lot better. We looked a lot more confident going forward. I don't know what the halftime adjustments were, but they were definitely to get the ball into the box or getting the ball into dangerous areas. And suddenly we were getting into dangerous areas and shooting and scoring. And our goals came in within like 3-4 minutes of each other. We looked good. Union looked really demoralized. They looked really like they needed something, which they did after that. I think the only reason that they even got their second goal was because when they got a set piece free kick, and as soon as it was drawn, we made like 2 or 3 subs, and there was just kind of visible confusion over who was covering who, and then one of their guys got a free header, and it was a good shot. Nothing really Mason could have done about it. But I think it was that overall confusion that led to that goal. But then from then on, we just kind of possessed the ball well, not wasted time, but consumed the time. Like we did a good job of controlling the game, and then we got to the end, and whatever. Next time, I'm just sitting in darkness.
Well, I mean,
but but then at the end of the game, they put on the boosters, and Union put on the boosters, got a couple of attempts, and now they're out.
okay, that's that. I can definitely see what you're saying and get along with what you're saying. Halftime, we saw that not a sub adjustment per se because we didn't see anybody come on, but we saw a tactical adjustment and just us like doubling down in what we were doing and really allowing us to play through Pato in the midfield because we saw Urso playing that right wing spot this week. So Pato was playing in the midfield alongside Andres, and both of them were playing that number 8 role. So they were playing off of each other, and we were allowing Pato to be creative and get forward and do things on the ball. So I like that. It looked good.
Was Pato playing out right, and then did Junior like drop into the middle? Because on FootMob it's a 4-2-3-1 with Pato as the cam, and then Urso outright.
It looked like we were kind of just overloading the right side.
It was, I mean, at many points in that game, I felt like it was a 4-3-3 with Urso playing that right wing spot, actually, and Pato dropping into the midfield. Where Araujo was sitting at that 6, and the other 2 were more advanced.
Yeah, so just more tactical play around, I guess you could say, by Poppy with the formation, trying to find stuff that works and getting players that needed rest.
Yeah, I could say he did it for sure.
Yeah, it worked. We got a win over one of the best teams in the league, albeit not their starting 11, but it wasn't really our true starting 11 either. So can't complain.
I would say both teams did the same thing where they didn't put necessarily their best 11 out there, but by the end of the game, most of the best 11 had been in the game. Like they subbed on Kai Wagner, whatever the hell his name is. They subbed on the Glesnes idiot that's the Walmart brand, Robin Jansen. Like they got their guys out there. It's just they couldn't. By the time that they did, the game was already in a state where it wasn't to be won for them.
I got a question for you guys. How did you like seeing Mikey Holiday for the first time this season?
Definitely was his first minutes. You could tell it was his first minutes. Some nervy moments out there. He's a young kid. You know what I mean? You can't take too much away from him. But I liked him. I've always liked him out there. I mean, he's a kid with a lot of pace. He's got a high work rate, and he's got a decent foot to put a ball in a box. But it takes time. It takes minutes for us to see the best Mikey, and I don't think we saw that yesterday. But we saw a good version of him for his first minutes.
Yeah, you can't expect a 19-year-old kid to come in and play like really, really well. I feel like we kind of did that with Thomas Williams in Montreal.
Yeah.
And obviously, he didn't have the best game. No one really had a good game. So for us to try to do that same thing with him, and he performed. I think it's a 6.9 on FootMob as his final rating. So I
Not
mean,
terrible.
he just kind of had a game, right? So you can't expect the best.
Excuse me.
You went out there and just kind of put in a shift.
Yeah, well, I feel like a right back too, especially. You have a very tough job defensively. You're going up against teams with left wingers who most of the time is their best dribbler on the ball player. You know what I mean? So that statistically can take away from you. Excuse me, when you're losing duels and stuff like that. So I think we saw that a couple of times. Him being young, you know what I mean, just trying to use his pace to compensate for things. But definitely not mad at him. Definitely want to see more minutes from the kid.
So did he have that same role as Ruan would normally have, as like he was told to get up the field too?
Yeah, he was full length of the pitch, up and back. He was getting into the final third. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There was a lot of times where he had space, in the final third, but that ball over the top or down the line just had a little too much on it, and he couldn't get there. So
I would say overall, we did want him to play the Huan role, and I think ultimately he can and he will. I am very excited for the day that we get both of them in their best forms on the pitch together. But I would say that there was that indecisiveness from him. Like he was just like he got to the points that he was really there, and there was just maybe it was a lack of confidence. Maybe it was a lack of, hey, I haven't played in a minute. Like if we can get him some playing time, I think I think we should continue playing him throughout the Open Cup. Let him be that guy, and yeah, we can. I want to see him progress. I think he's got it. I think that he and Thomas Williams could be very good for us for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely some solid foundational pieces for us moving forward. They're guys that we can hope to have in our team for years to come and, build in future around them. But like I said, I like the kid. I definitely want to see more minutes from him in the Open Cup. And now, especially knocking out Philly, I think the Open Cup is what we really need to put our chances in silverware this year.
Mm-hmm. I said it. I think a couple of us said it on the podcast like 10 episodes ago. And this is a trophy that we have a decent shot at winning. We have knocked Philly out. We can prove that even with not our starting 11, we can beat good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Continues this way, maybe we get some favorable draws. I guess we'll find out tomorrow who we draw in the next round. But we have three more games, maybe 4.
Yeah, we're into the round of 16 now, right?
Yeah, we're in the final 16, and honestly, I wouldn't be mad if drawing Miami. I think they won 3-1 against
some sorry club.
Was it South Florida or something?
Yeah, it was like
I don't mean to disrespect the third-tier American team, but
yeah, it is what it is. Well, I think we hit on the Open Cup match enough. We're about 20 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
You got something else to say or no?
No, I'm just saying we have 4 games to win a trophy.
Yep.
And get into what do we call it? Champions League over here.
Yeah.
So why not throw all we can at the next 4 games?
All right, then that's actually one more thing that I had to say. I know it's not likely to happen, but what would happen if a USL like League 2 side managed to win the US Open Cup and we saw them like they're still getting a bid into the Champions League, right?
The Champions League. Yeah, they got it.
All in.
All right. I guess that's how
Hey, that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna be the first team to ever come through the USL League 3 Premier Division or whatever it is.
Tigres at Redbug Lake Park.
Yeah. Hey, we'll win the Open
AFC,
Cup.
baby.
We'll win the Open Cup, and we'll go on to play in the CONCACAF Champions League.
Yeah, okay.
And know that we have no shot of winning it, so we just
Play with house money.
injure everybody on Pumas or whoever we play.
I think that's the end all be all of the Open Cup talk right there. So we're gonna start going into our Toronto preview. Toronto, I believe, is sitting second or third to last in the Eastern Conference right now. They are in 12th, putting them in third to last, only in front of Chicago sitting at 10 points and Miami sitting at 10 points. Toronto sitting at 11, tied with New England, which has kind of been a surprise this year. But Cannata, you were rattling off stats before we got in here, just kind of like where they place in each of those stats in the league. And it's not a great sight. Their defensive stats were high, but I think that's just because they get outpossessed and dominated through every single game. So they're going to have more clearances, they're going to have more saves and all that stuff. But then one of the other stats that was surprising to me is they have the league's highest score in Jesus Jimenez, sitting at 7 goals currently. He has 1 assist, 7 goals. So I guess he's been able to produce, but even Alejandro Pozuelo hasn't been the same this year, and Toronto just isn't great.
No, so we're seeing a much more defensive style from Toronto, like you said, looking at the stats and stuff like that, but also looking at their possession stats. They kind of average around that 50% mark. So it's not like they're just getting outpossessed per se outright. I think they're not possessing the ball in the right parts of the field. They're sitting back a lot more. They're allowing teams to establish higher lines on them, and when they're winning back possession, it's not in the final third because they were ranked, second to last in the entire league in that statistic. So, but like you said, Jimenez is doing work for them. He is their only bright spot to say, like you said, what's his name from last year?
Pozuelo.
Yeah, Pozuelo only has 3 assists on the year. We're going into week 11 now, 12.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an awful stat. Like we're saying, Pato decent, but you
for what he was last year,
yeah.
You're expecting a lot more from him, and seeing the goals from Jimenez, you know what I mean? You would expect more assists from their guy.
Mm-hmm. So just looking at Toronto's 2-0 loss to Cincinnati, that was played in Cincinnati on WhoScored.com. Their match report is
I love this website. I just have to say,
the strength is stole the ball often from the opposition. So I'm guessing, taking a guess here, that was just them being able to sit back defensively, win the ball in their own defensive third. Their weaknesses, there's only one. Again, they were poor at finishing, hence losing 2-0. And then their play styles, it says favored long shots and had a high shot frequency when in possession. So
I think I know what could have led to that. Now, it might just be me. It could have also been the 6-minute red card that Toronto got.
Yeah, that was also a factor. But looking at all of the other matches, they have you said 59% possession, something right around there. But they're just not a great team going forward.
No, yeah, they're not. They don't have a lot going forward right now in their attack. Even just maintaining good possession, not just having possession of the ball. I mean, we call for that a lot of the time with us at Orlando. We feel like we just need a string of just good passes, and then we can move the ball forward. We feel like we're just trying to do too much too quickly. I feel like they're just trying not to do anything throughout the entire 90, and they're just hoping for somebody else to make a mistake. A lot like what Charlotte played when they played against us. They were very passive, and they were waiting for the mistakes to be made to open opportunities up for them rather than creating their own.
That's kind of what we need. We need our way form. to get back on pace, especially after last. Well, I guess we're going Canada, then we came back to Orlando, and now we're going back.
We're going back up to Canada.
So
Not easy.
yeah, but
damn Canadians.
I think this will be an easy, not to jinx this, but like it'll be an easier place to play than an Infor Montreal in Montreal. Toronto's lost 4 on the spin in their last 5, and they haven't scored a goal in their last 2. So this would be another, like we just say, every game is a bounce back game now, because it seems we're like, I hate to say it, we're kind of turning into Tottenham, where we're going great win, terrible loss, great win, terrible loss.
Motherfucker, don't ever embarrass that shit stuff.
I'll do whatever I want. We need this to be a bounce back game in the league. We just had one in the Open Cup, but we need 3 points badly right now, or we're going to keep falling down the table and hopefully not out of a playoff spot.
So what I'm hearing is no rotation. Field our best 11.
Yeah.
I mean, we rested for Open Cup, so there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just saying.
Something have happened is a win.
We need to.
How will we ever solve the riddle that is, I think, the Toronto starting center back that is Shane O'Neill?
Yeah. He won a trophy or 2 in Seattle.
He didn't.
Seattle did.
He happened to be on the field when it was won.
What's the bald heads guy's name?
Michael Bradley.
That bald-headed fuck.
That's what his name is. Not the prior. Just bald-headed fuck.
Heard. Gotcha.
Well, hopefully he doesn't do anything. He shouldn't, but
What is he? He's going to be 36 now?
Orlando City fashion to let the 36-year-old have a 30-yard banger on us.
34, my bad. Still market value 1.2 mil. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Transfer market's cracked out. Confirmed live.
Look. Right now in this economy, all the prices are inflated.
So that would have to put Cesar Araujo at like 7 mil.
Yeah, for real.
That's a guy that we could continue seeing good games from, and maybe we see him kind of in that pivot role again. Just the one pivot instead of 2, because he plays really well in that. He's a guy that could control the game against Toronto, especially if we're going to try to dominate possession. If they try to counter on us, he could have another big game breaking up the counters with Robin back there.
Yeah, I think we see that normally in the style we play, where he does sit more centrally, but truly establishing him as that one sole pivot was nice. He does the dirty work week in and week out, and giving him the ability to use his ability, his long passing range and his vision to try to start counters was a good option. I really liked it.
Is he still sitting on 4 yellow cards? Is he chilled out?
No.
Because he hasn't got the suspension.
He's been on that for like.
He's chilled out, but he needs to get it over with.
Yeah.
No.
We have the midfield depth.
He's just gonna ride the wave the whole rest of the season. No
You
yellow.
tell me
So that way we'll go into the playoffs. We'll be in the semis. We'll be in the semis, and he'll get it right before that.
Done.
Doesn't it reset the
It
playoffs?
resets the playoffs. He's just
I
gonna.
feel Don Garber will screw us somehow. He will be like, you know what? Everybody else is reset except for this guy right here because of the way you started the season.
We'll have what's his face? Alan? Is it Alan Kelly?
Alan Chapman.
Oh, Alan Chapman. Don't get
As
me
the rep, and I'll be like, "Oh, you have 4 yellow cards in the regular season, and stop shooting your 5th one, buddy. 5 in a row, boom, 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 in the same game. You're done." What happened to us, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Alan Chapman walks in that stadium to officiate a playoff game for us again. He's now walking out of that stadium before the game starts. I'll just tell you that.
It's true.
If the stadium is not filled with a bunch of casuals, and they hear the name announced over the PA of like when they say the referees,
Well, I could just even tell you when they're warming up, everybody's going through their stretches, and I see that bald-headed stick running back and forth.
That's not a feeling I want to go through again. I had the same feeling when I was watching Chelsea play earlier today because it was Anthony Taylor reffing Chelsea. I was like, oh, dear Lord, I don't want to go through this. But
he actually called you guys a good match today. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, the red card was deserved. Dan James,
that was clearly a red card.
Yeah, so if you're trying to argue against it, I don't know what you're on about. But I was ready for Kovacic to be given a red for that, to be honest. Surprised to see a red pulled out in a Chelsea match with Anthony Taylor reffing, and it wasn't in Chelsea.
Hey, new year, new Anthony Taylor. So hopefully... I just have to hope it. I don't, because I think what's his name, Michael Oliver is officiating North London Derby tomorrow. So I'm done for.
Yeah,
done for.
I'm staying on the off topic here, but did you see the video? I think it was Jurgen Klopp in a press conference, and John Moss announced he was retiring, and some reporter told him it's a ref in the Premier League, and he was like, "Oh, is he really? Good." And I was like, yeah, that's how it should be. That's the relationship between manager.
So, last thing based on that, and it can kind of tie into the MLS too. We're hearing this thing with a lot of these officials that are retiring that are just going to go into VAR and continue to influence the game. So say Alan Chapman 5 years from now decides he retires, but now he's just one of the head VAR officials for the matches. Did that really change anything, or did things just get worse?
It's like when in like the Star Wars, when a Jedi becomes a ghost, they get more power. Yeah, I don't want that.
I imagine Alan Chapman in charge of the officiating, like the VAR reviews and everything.
No.
Kill me now.
You can say it gets worse, but does it really though? Because he's just the one telling the ref. Well,
why are we still talking about this fucking donut?
Then is that all we got to talk about for today? We just kind of bantered on for the last 5 minutes.
I fucking hate that guy. Fucking life talking about.
It was a mix of Anthony Taylor, Michael Oliver.
I hate all of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, fair.
Ref belongs on OBT. Let's leave it at that. Like,
yeah, we should,
whoever it happens to be.
We should invite Anthony Taylor to be the ref for Chelsea Arsenal when they come here, and then we got to bring VAR into that game and have Michael Oliver as a VAR.
No, that just sounds like hell.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I think that's just about it for this episode.
Yeah. Make sure you follow us on our social medias.
Oh gosh, yeah, we didn't even do lineups or predictions.
Yeah.
All right, do the lineups. We'll give predictions.
The one we always see. That's our lineup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1.
Orlando.
No.
Right. Okay.
We were in Canada. We lost 4-1. So.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say we're gonna win a game.
Yeah, that's how it should be. I'm going to go kind of close to the opposite of our last result in Canada, and I'm going to go with a 3-1 win.
I'm saying 3-0.
I'll go 1-0 just because I think we'll try to control the game, and yeah, I think we can control. I think that's a game we can control. I think we can get the 50th, 60th minute goal and just kind of not necessarily coast, but control the game.
There you
go. I think our attack's gonna continue to build more and more in these next couple games. I think Carr might get on a little run, and I think Janssen's just gonna have a little Jimenez. Is that his name?
Jimenez.
Yeah, he's gonna have that goal in his pocket.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would be mad at that. None of us would also be mad at you following us on our socials at OCFanTV on Instagram, at OCFanTV22 on Twitter. and what is it, OC Fan TV on TikTok. And if you're watching us right now, you're obviously watching us on our YouTube. And if you're listening to us, you're on our Spotify or Apple Podcast or Google Podcast or
however podcasts you consume your podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
You should stay tuned to all those because we're working on trying to get watch along streams put together for some of these away matches. So since we can't use Tin Roof for these next couple, we're still gonna do the watch along thing and try to get those along. So stay posted to see that.
It was good talking to you boys as always, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch.
Sounds good. Appreciate. Hey, I like being a friend of the show. It's a good time.
Fair. Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Vamos.
Vamos.